Electrostatics 11. Until now, we were talking about the electric field strength. We defined it and we found out the electric field strength of a point charge. Now, our main idea would be to find out the electric field strength only, but say for a dipole, because electric charges, the way we discussed until now, we are talking point charges, one charge here, one charge there, which is not possible actually speaking. Of course, in a lab, in a big scientific lab, we might see charged particles, beams, and all that. But just to talk of a Q1, Q2 like that is only an approximation. Practical charges are all the time distributed over the surface of conducting objects and will be spread in a volume, for example, isn't it? Charge is very tiny. So you'll get some good amount of charge on the bodies there. So our main job will be actually to calculate the electric field strength of what? Real time charge distributions. But before going to that, before going to some continuous charge distribution, I call, that is on a pen, you rubbed some charge, for example. How to find the electric field strength of this pen is an important idea, because that has got the industrial applications basically. So from a point charge to a dipole, we go first. From dipole to continuous charge distributions, we go. Why should you go into dipole? This is the most important unit of static charges. And this is very, very important in chemistry. You talk of dipole moments, isn't it so? Electric dipole moments. So the next case is for a dipole for which we would like to find out the electric field strength. Let me start. Look, today's lesson is, like I told you, electric dipole. Electric dipole. We keep writing for some time because a lot of discussion has to happen. So first of all, what is a dipole? What is an electric dipole? In a simple sense, it is a plus Q and a minus Q. That means the charges must be same but of opposite nature, placed at some distance from each other. This particular unit is what we call a dipole. Look, when I have just a plus Q charge alone, there's a field away from it, we told. Okay. And if there's a minus charge alone, there's a field like this towards it. But these are point charges. They're basically approximations. Anyway, the next possible unit should be what? For example, I'll put one plus Q over a minus Q, just over it. There won't be any field here. There won't be any field there. Why? Field of plus Q and minus Q will cancel out. But slightly separate them, then a net field will be formed. Do you follow what I mean by this? when we said a neutral body has no electric field around it, what we're trying to tell is that there are equal number of positive and negative charges inside it with very close distance from each other. The moment you separate charges, you provide a net electric field in that region. Are you listening to me? You are free to raise a hand and ask questions. But remember, what I speak is going to be very important, because I've been observing you people. When I speak in detail about lesson, somehow your concentration is going somewhere in the middle. That should not happen, because we'll develop the idea. We just don't directly give you some information like that. We'll try to develop the idea, trying to explain why and how things are the way they are. So if a plus q and minus q are separate like this, of course, this is an individual plus q, individual minus q, I told. But supposing plus q minus q are together, one over the other, for example, there cannot be electric field around it. Field of plus q will be cancelled by the field of minus q. Even a slight separation will make some electric field formed here. This is what we mean by separating charges. So separating charge will produce one electric field. But do we have a practical application for this? Or do we really have dipoles in nature? Do we have dipoles in nature, you tell me? We have. You chemistry people should be able to tell. H2O is a dipole. Tell me, is H2O a dipole, electric dipole or not?
Yes, sir.
Why? Why H2O is a dipole?
Because hydrogen has partial positive and oxygen has partial negative.
I don't know why people call it partial negative, partial positive, but finally, for a physics person, it is basically there's a charge separation. There is a charge separation, isn't it? What is that partial thing actually, Rishita?
So when water is electrolyzed, due to the electricity carried from the cathode rays and anode rays, they are separated, no sir.
Tell me again.
During the electrolysis of water,
why should
charges are separated.
You mean to say if I have a glass of water, that H2O is not a dipole?
I don't know, sir.
Tell me. Others, please.
It is a dipole.
It is a dipole. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Separating them means like in a solution, separating them is not important for us now. Tell me. H2O structure, can you tell me? H2O molecule structure.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
H single bond O single bond H.
Yes, H single bond O like this, and the single bond, is it like this? Tell me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And do you know the bond angle?
Wait.
Nearly some 104 degrees, if I remember.
104.
Isn't it so?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, this bond, what bond is this?
This is a ionic bond. No, covalent bond, sorry.
Okay. Here, whatever reason, of course, I was trying to tell you that you already know this, but you are not looking in physical terms there. This will has come in. Okay. So we say here I've got a -2 delta charge I'll put. This is plus delta. This is plus delta I'll put. Actually speaking, you can put oxygen molecule like that, bigger one, a smaller hydrogen molecule like that. all that you can draw. That's not very important for me. Or if you want to say only minus delta here, I have no problem. But here, that minus delta, look at it as minus delta by 2, minus delta by 2, plus delta by 2, plus delta by 2, you look at it. So this is what you mean by a dipole like this, one dipole, another dipole like this. That's minus delta plus delta, one dipole. And one other minus delta plus delta, another dipole. It is equal to two dipoles like this, which is equivalent to a single dipole like this. So water molecule is a polar molecule. Already charge separation happens on the molecule. If I take a glass of water, for example, this glass of water, like a physics student, when you look at it, you'll say it is many dipoles like that. Many arrows are there, if you can think. If you're drinking a glass of water, you're actually swallowing so many electric dipoles. Only thing is, this water now is not as a whole polarized. That means as a whole, there's no plus minus there, because in a glass of water like that, these electric dipoles are all randomly oriented. There's no net dipole moment, we say. Whereas for a single water molecule, there's a net dipole moment. Whatever it is, I'll discuss. Okay. This is what we mean by a dipole. This water kind of molecules, which you call as polar molecules, they have their own dipole moment already formed there. And some other molecules which do not have their own dipoles initially, you can create dipoles in it by applying electric fields to those objects. So that is at a microscopic level. But even in a physics lab, you could create a dipole-like thing if you want. You can have two balloons blown over an insulating pipe like that, and you can give charges to these balloons. It's very small balloons with a long handle like that. If you have plus for this, minus for this, if I give, even that will be equivalent to a dipole. Because this is like a point charge here, this is like a point charge here. It is similar to that, similar to the molecular dipoles. So what we are trying to tell is that dipole as a physical unit exists. So our job is to find out the field of this dipole, electric field of this dipole. All right. So any questions written here? Any questions? Okay, I'll continue. I told you already, we started with the dipole because we wanted to find the electric field strength of that. Why? You already know plus Q is there at a point. What is the field strength for that? KQ by R square and away from it. Minus Q if I have KQ by R square, but towards it. Right? And if I have a combination of charges, I'll add up the electric fields of all the charges to get the net electric field. As I told you, we are going more towards a practical way to understand electric fields. Why practical? I'm saying this, putting some single positive charge like this, single negative charge like that is of no great use for us. So the next minimum configuration you have is a dipole, practical configuration. I told you already, water is a dipole, water molecule is a dipole, right? So, but before defining the electric field of a dipole, before finding out the electric field of a dipole, we need to define dipole moment. Okay, until now we have this. Until now we have this. Yes, Rishita, tell me.
Sir, in water, you can say that dipole exists because oxygen is slightly electronegative.
Yeah. Because of the electronegativity difference values only, what do you call the shifting of the bond happens, right?
Okay, that is okay because it's a chemical. How
Yeah.
come is it possible in charges?
What, Rishita? What are you saying? Chemical and charges? What?
No,
Do you think
like
chemistry
in
and physics are different?
no.
Uh,
H2O dipole exists because there is there
yeah.
not partial. It is electronegative.
Look, do you know about a cell? Electrolytic cell?
Yes, sir.
If there is one anode and a cathode like that, tell me, for example, lead acid cell, do you remember anything of that? There will be water and then some kind of H2SO4, water plus H2SO4 electrolyte will be there, and PbO1, PbO2, whatever, lead oxide and something lead electrodes will be there.
Yes,
so
sir.
Some dissociation occurs, like you told, ions move, and one becomes plus, the other becomes minus. That's when the electric field is formed.
Yes.
But it is not just a single plus and single minus, many pluses here, many minuses here. The whole idea is separation of charges. Try to understand.
Okay.
If the charges are all mixed up, there won't be a field around it. So separating
Yes,
charges
sir.
will make electric field, net electric field. If charges are all in your fist like this, if you hold them, they don't cause any electric field, because the problem with charges is plus and minus are there. So the field of one will be cancelled by the other. The moment you separate charges, electric field forms. So there are
Yes, sir.
so many situations where we've got this electric field formed by separating charges. One of the most important cases is a dipole. And that happens in, say, polar molecules, practically, naturally. But we can also create dipoles for our own purpose.
Okay, understood, sir.
Tell me, but what was your question basically, Rishita?
So my question was, how does it exist in test charges?
What do you mean by test charge?
Like here, plus Q and minus Q, we have taken two charges, and we say that dipole can exist.
This is an idealization, Amma. For example, because I told you already, in a practical sense, you want to get a dipole in a physics lab, you can try like this. A balloon you take,
Yes, sir.
have a handle to this, and have your plug points like this, then go and touch it. This gets charged. Similarly, get a positive charge and connect to another balloon. Now this charge will be spread only, Emma, all over the surface. This charge also will be spread. But because of this spherical symmetry, this whole charge is considered to be one total charge here, another total charge there. So that is also a dipole.
Okay, sir.
So yes, there are many situations. Why not? Okay. So until now, we were finding out the fields of point charges. Until now, we were finding out the field of point charges. The next possible unit of charge configuration is a dipole. Next possible charge configuration is a dipole. Okay. So we would like to find out the electric field of a dipole. But before that, we would like to define dipole moment. First, we would like to define, you'll know why we are doing this as we keep doing. We would like to define what? Electric dipole moment. EDM stands for electric dipole moment. How do you define that? For that, we need to understand the behavior of a dipole in a uniform field, in a uniform electric field. Look, dipole in a uniform electric field. I'll talk more of this uniform electric field slightly later after discussing few other ideas that makes it very clear. But right now, when I said uniform electric field, like think of it as uniform velocity, uniform acceleration, you already know. So something is constant. Uniform velocity means velocity is constant. Uniform acceleration is constant. In a similar way, uniform electric field means electric field is constant everywhere in that region of space where you are considering that. Okay. Now that can be shown by parallel field lines. So I'll have some electric field, uniform electric field shown by these field lines. We call them field lines in a region of space like this. In such a region, for example, you suspended a dipole. Dipole is a single unit, try to understand. It's a single unit. It exists as one unit. So that kind of a dipole, when we put in this field, what will happen? Say the dipole was like this, for example, initially, plus, minus. It could be a water molecule, for example, straight away. Or it could be a dipole structure I created in the lab. That means what I mean to say, there's a connection between the two. They're not separate plus Q and minus Q, individual units there. Okay. So this is plus Q, this is minus Q. What will happen? And let us suppose the distance between the two things is L. This is plus Q, a minus Q if I put. Let me say the distance between them is L. This whole thing as a single unit we are considering, that will exist as a single unit there. Anytime you got it out, where is it? Okay, water molecule only, you think that's enough. Like what I was trying to tell you was, you'll take some glass of water here and put it between the plates of a parallel plate capacitor. This parallel plate capacitor will cause electric field and try to affect this dipole inside water. So you can think that this is a dipole inside water I'm talking, and the external electric field E is applied. Who will cause this electric field? I told you, for example, something like that. Some arrangement will have, like a capacitor there. So now, what is the thing we need to learn from here? E will apply a force on this in this direction, right? In the direction of the electric field. Tell me. I want your feedback. Children, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
There will be a force like this on the plus, there's a force like this on the minus. So as a result of which, dipole will turn. There will be a torque developed. Why? There's a EQ force acting this way. There's an EQ force acting this way. Remember, any time two equal forces acting in opposite directions, but not acting along the same line of action, produce a couple. If I have a rod like this, if I apply one force this way, another force this way, the rod will turn about the center of mass like that. This distance L by 2 into this F is one torque. This L by 2 into this F is another torque. The total torque will be F into L by 2 plus F into L by 2. This is F into L. That's why people say force into perpendicular distance between the two forces is called couple, people say. Moment of force, couple is two torques together. Or simply torque. Do you know the definition of torque, children? Tau bar equals what? R bar cross F bar, you don't know, you tell me. I told you already what all is missing in first year. I'll talk here, at least at some level. So I told you something. Two forces, equal and opposite, acting on a rigid body, but not along the same line of action. Do you understand the meaning of it? If that rod, if the two forces act exactly opposite to each other, like this, along the same line of action, they cannot produce a torque, they cannot produce a force. But one force will act this way, another force will act this way. This will produce a torque due to which it turns this way. This will produce a torque which will turn that way. So you'll say F into L by 2, F into L by 2 is FL, like that you'll say. Is it okay? So we should write here. The dipole experiences a torque. The dipole experiences a torque. I want to find out that torque, children. I would like to find out this torque. Could you tell me some way of doing this? Come on. Children, tell me. How do I find out the torque? Depending on your thing, I'll show you, because this can be done in various ways. Very easy way, slightly what you call original way, little mathematical way, whatever. Okay, I'll do something. Let us see. After that, you respond. To find out the torque, all the time there should be an origin. I'll take my origin here at the minus O. Let us take the origin at O. I told you only length of the dipole is L. So tell me, if I take O as my origin, torque of only this force will be there. Torque of this force won't be there. Right? So tau equals, look, extend this and extend this. Let us suppose this angle is theta. Right? So this angle will be theta here. If this is theta, this distance will be what? L sine theta. Is it okay? So torque is R cross F, you know it, right? Torque equals R sine theta into F. We can write that way. That is perpendicular distance into F. So this perpendicular distance here is L sine theta into F. So that is L sine theta into F. That F is EQ. So this is torque of this force. Torque of this force will be 0 because the origin is here itself. Mod R sine theta is 0. R is 0 here. So torque is L sine theta into EQ. All right. I want you to talk sine theta. So QL into sine theta. QL into E into sine theta. Whenever you have AB sine theta, you should know that it can be expressed as a cross product. Therefore, we can express torque as a vector. If I define QL as one physical quantity, vector, if QL bar is equal to P bar is defined as one vector. Whatever that P, I'll tell you. So tau equals, simply I can write P cross E. That is mod P equals what? Basically Q into L. Now, before I continued, because the page got over, you speak to me now. Sai Bharat, Anshuman, children. Children, tell me. Are you there? Why don't you speak, children?
Not there, sir.
See, the dipole can be discussed in various ways, but it all depends on your feedback, I told you. Look, it's important for IPE, it's important for MSET, it's important for mains, it is important for advanced, it is important for NEET, everything. So the first theory discussed is good for all the exams you write. And that's where we'll develop your problems also. You've already seen, actually speaking. Because somebody was worried, sir, is the beginning when you're speaking too much, people are asking, sir, when will you do the problems? So if you want to do some good problems, you have to learn good theory first, believe me. If you want to do some substitution problems, there's no need of learning theory or subject. You can simply talk something and then start doing a question. But here, you're not asking a question. That's where I'm worried. Huh? There is a uniform electric field. Here it is shown by the white arrows. In that, we suspended a dipole. The dipole will turn because of the torque produced. So that was my statement. So do you have got anything to ask for? And the way I found out the torque definition, I don't know how much you remembered in first year. Did you do torque or not in a proper way? Why didn't you tell me?
Sir, in rotational mechanics. Sir.
Now, rotational mechanics, we define the torque. And torque has to be always defined with respect to some origin. Here I took it minus Q. I could take origin at the center. I can take the origin at plus Q. I can take the origin somewhere else also. It's not a big deal. But the way we did it actually has a particular reason. Here, QL, I made a vector. So what is the direction of this QL, children, here? From minus to plus. Only then the torque will be P cross E this way. So that will be exactly coinciding with the way the dipole is going to turn because of this torque. P cross E, right hand thumb rule, do you know? P to U turn. The thumb shows you the direction of torque. Here I think you got trouble and you're not revealing. You're not telling me. Children, without going to the other page.
Understood. So trying to understand the concept which you're saying.
You use the word concept very frequently, Bharat, but I'm talking about the concept only. But what is there in your mind about the concept, I would like to know.
So trying to understand what you're saying, sir.
Yes. I'll rub this off deliberately because if I go there, I need to keep coming back again and again. Did you do this in your college already? I don't know.
Sir, completed, sir.
Completed already?
Yes, sir.
Then why are you not asking a question now when I'm presenting it in a very elaborate way? Very elaborate way I'm giving, no?
Sir, I didn't listen to those classes.
Others? Tell me, children. Now, look. QL, P equals QL is called dipole moment, Q into L bar. Direction is from where to where? Tell me. Minus to plus. I took the origin here, so R bar will be away. That's why I was asking about torque business. And every time R bar is from O and towards the point, position vector. So this L bar is this way. So QL bar is a vector in that direction. So P will be a vector in this way. And E will be a vector like this we showed. Now the angle actually becomes angle between the two vectors P bar and E bar. So that P cross E, right hand thumb rule. When I'm saying right hand thumb rule, you're not saying anything. So if I turn P to E, the thumb goes inside, right? Sorry. Just a minute. This is vector E. This is vector P. So P cross E, you turn like this. The thumb should go inside. The torque is into the plane. Into the plane is like this, you will put. This is tail of an arrow. So anytime if I put like this, plus and a small circle around it, that's an arrow going into, you think. If I put any time like this, a circle and a small dot, this is the tip of the arrow. So the vector is coming out here. When you turn P to E, the torque is into the plane, the rotation is clockwise. So it's exactly what's happening. EQ will push it this way, EQ will push it this way. So it will turn so that it will try to align in the direction of the electric field. Do you follow? Children, come on, I want your, I want your feedback. See, this is turning this way, this is turning that way because of the force. There's a clockwise rotation. The torque is causing a clockwise rotation. So if I define torque as P cross E, the direction of the rotation and the torque, direction, sense of rotation is given by the vector torque, which will be into the plane. If torque is into the plane, rotation is clockwise. If the torque is out of the plane, rotation is anti-clockwise.
Sir, understood, sir.
Actually, people ask, sir, torque you define as P cross E, why not E cross P? And somebody will say, why dipole moment direction is from minus to plus? Remember, not because I took the origin at minus Q. Wherever you take the origin, P will be from minus to plus. P is electric dipole moment. P is defined as electric dipole moment. QL, direction minus to plus. So P is defined in such a way that P cross E gives you the direction of torque and sense of rotation, which is agreeing with the reality, physical reality there. Now, yes, we'll also try to give physical meaning to P. You define Q into L, that is charge into length between the charges, you define dipole moment, but what is the physical meaning of it if you want to know? Look, what is the meaning of P? Look, tau equals, we got PE sine theta. If theta equals 90 and E equals 1 unit, then tau will be equal to P. So that's the physical meaning of dipole moment. If you allow me to go to the next page, I'll show you the meaning of it again. Anshuman,
Yes, sir.
Abhinav, you're all there. You need to talk to me now. Can I go to the next page, children? Dishita, why did you become silent, Amma?
1 minute, sir.
I'll wait. But why Rishita has become silent?
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm not well, sir. But I'm able to understand.
All right, we'll see. No, this will be, not only this will be, it's not really, what you call, tough. It is actually meant for intermediate, but the way it is done, Generally at this level, in the name of IIT JEE, bothers me because people don't discuss it. Just go giving some formulas and doing some problems directly. So the serious discussion when I'm doing, I want your feedback every time. Now, otherwise I can tone it down, try to understand. I can increase a little slightly, I can decrease a little slightly. It all depends. Finally, the idea should be somehow conveyed. But as I told you, when you're looking for some IIT JEE advanced like thing, definitely a proper discussion is inevitable. All right, I'll go there. Look, this was the electric field vector we showed. Okay. Now the dipole is like this, for example, making an angle. This plus Q, we said, this minus Q. This is dipole moment is from minus to plus, means this is P, right? The way we define this is E. Now torque will be what, children? P sine 90, isn't it, at this moment? Huh? Angle is 90. This torque, I think you're not comfortable with. Am I correct? I don't know. So tau will be P sine 90. So torque is P. If E equals 1, tau is P. That's what we told in the previous page. Now you look at it. Force EQ is like this, Bharat. Huh? Another force EQ is like this, for example. So if E is 1, force will be 1 into Q. Force is 1 into Q. Torque is Q into L, isn't it? L is the distance between them. Tell me. Or if you take the center as the origin, doesn't matter. EQ into L by 2 plus EQ into L by 2. Isn't it so? So E into Q into L is the torque at this position. But we said E is 1, so tau is QL. So it is the dipole moment is nothing but the torque experienced by the dipole at the instant when it makes 90 degrees with the field, and field magnitude is 1 unit. So that's the meaning of electric dipole moment. So what is the summary of the whole thing, children? Any question you would like to ask? More basic question? And the same thing, if you want, somebody wants to do in IJK form also, they can do. I'll show you that. Look, this is our E. Okay, this is our L minus to plus. Right? I'm not drawing all the other lines. If I take my origin here, if I have to find out R cross F, this is E means force is QE. So I can write tau equals R cross F in vector form. I can write, but remember what is R here. If I take my origin here, if this angle was theta, tell me, children, if this angle is theta, this length will be how much, children? This length, if the total distance is L?
Sir, it is L cos theta length.
This is L cos theta. This is L sin theta. So R will be what, Bharat? L cos theta I cap plus L sin theta j cap, isn't it so? Cross F. But what is that now? L cos theta I cap plus L sin theta j cap cross. What is the direction of E, children, here? EQ I cap. It is in the positive X direction. So what is the cross product of this, children? I cross I is 0. Isn't it so? Huh? What do you say? I cross I 0 or not? Why people are not talking? I don't know.
Yes, sir.
L sine theta into EQ. J cross I is what?
K
Minus K.
minus K.
Actually, why I was asking you, if you don't know that, I'll remind you here. I have no problem. Now, if you don't speak, I'll be really worried. If you say you're following, I think after I wrote something, you're following the steps, not the meaning. So what do I get now? It is EQL sine theta minus EK.
So minus K means inside the plane.
Inside the plane. So whatever I told from the right hand thumb rule, I got from here. This is more analytical way of doing things. Okay, that's the reason why we should write it as, look, tau equals what? Tau bar equals, I can write by making QL as a vector. I can write as minus PE sine theta K cap, which is written as simply P cross E. P cross E is into the plane. This is the mass way of doing it. Mass means more analytical way of doing it. So mass will take care of all the meaning there. You need not have to bother about explaining in any other way. Tell me, Anshuman, you became silent. Abhinav.
So can you show the previous slide once?
Yeah, sure. See, it could be small steps problem. It could be some small mass problem. It could be some physics problem, anything. But as a whole, whatever message we are trying to give, whether you followed or not, is very important.
Followed, sir.
Right. How about Abhinav? Abhinav, you're not speaking. Abhinav, Anshuman, Devarchit. Come on.
Got it, sir.
Right.
Got it, sir.
So one more formula we learned. What is P, Anshuman? P is electric dipole moment. It is charge into length between the charges. Okay. And it is a vector. It's from minus to plus direction all the time. It's not from plus to minus. Dipole moment direction is from minus to plus. The physical meaning of it is what? It is the torque experienced by the dipole in a unit field when it makes an angle 90 degrees with the field. Now we are ready to find out the electric field of a dipole in terms of P. Now, if I have given you the summary here, I'll give it like this. The summary is this. In the summary, it is like this. The first thing we defined is P equals Q into L like this. So direction of P is direction of L. And the way I took L vector is from where to where, minus to plus Q. So whatever is the direction of L is the direction of P vector. And do you think if I take plus Q, the direction will change? Tell me. There's an immediate question people ask actually, which you need not ask. And obviously P bar I put dipole moment, electric dipole moment is a vector. The moment you wrote like this, you do not have to say. Direction is from minus to plus. So torque on the dipole is P cross E. That's all. So this is all the summary. My question is this. If you can answer, I'll be very happy about it. If we take the origin of finding out the torque, origin at plus, will the result change? Or at the center, if I take, will the result change? Means will the P vector be from plus to minus? In other words, will the direction of P will be from plus to minus? Tell me. Now, if you can answer this, I can say that you followed it.
No, sir, result won't change.
No, I told already, but why? Can you prove it? You can. It's not so difficult. Look, the vector form is very easy to deal with. If you take origin here, can't you write these two things, Bharat? Let us try.
Yes, sir.
Let us try. Come on. There's a good exercise. So if I take plus Q as my origin for finding out the torque, my R vector is like this, isn't it?
Sir.
So what will be this, Bharat? L cos theta, we already know.
L cos theta.
This is L
sin
theta, we know. So what is my R vector, Bharat?
L cos theta I cap plus L sin theta j cap.
I'll write R only. I'll write R equals, what should I write?
L cos theta I cap.
No, minus L cos theta I cap minus L sin theta j cap. And force is, now this force, the torque of this force will be 0. There will be torque of this force. This EQ will be this way, right?
Minus EQ.
So force will be minus EQ I cap. So R cross F will be what, Bharat?
R cross F EQ L sin theta.
Look,
minus
this will be
theta.
0. This will be 0. This minus minus becomes plus.
Plus. EQ L sin theta minus
EQ L sin theta. J cross is what? Minus
K cap.
K cap. Same thing is what you see. Tell me.
Yes,
So,
yes.
which means I can still write as P cross E, where P is from minus to plus. I don't know whether you understood this.
Sir, really understood, sir.
Here, what is P here? The way we wrote it is Q into
QL.
QL only, but yeah. So do that even. No, this will come only if P is from minus to plus. Do you follow my point? I don't know. Come on. So the dipole moment direction does not change if you change the origin. Try to understand. If it changed like this, that wouldn't be physical quantity. We wouldn't be defining it. Of course, at the end of the thing, I'll give you many formulas, give you force, give you what you call problems, all that. But the lesson should be done thoroughly in the beginning itself. Okay, if you followed that, we can close it for today because the next thing is once again lengthy only. So we just introduced a dipole. We did not go until now yet to find out the electric field of a dipole. But one more way, if you look at it, children, I found out electric field at distance r, which I wrote as kq by r square. Now I would like to write in terms of P. That's the reason why I did all these things. P takes care of both charge and the charge separation together. Q into L. Because remember, E will be changing if L goes on changing, right? Though plus Q minus Q are same. As the separation increases, at a point E changes. So the effect of Q and L together in finding out E will be given by this dipole moment called QL. A new physical
P is
quantity.
Q by R square, sir.
Tell me. E
is Q by R square.
P is Q by R square.
Sir, in KQ by R square, you said no, sir. What to?
Similar to that, we'll get something like some Kp by R cube, something like that you get for the electric field in terms of P. Or 2 Kp by R cube, something like that you will get. All right. That we'll be doing tomorrow. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. For the present, I'll close.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you,
tomorrow
sir.
we'll come back
Thank
again
you, sir.
with the same dipole.